Depending on which one of those it is, I would like to wish you well. Happy 1st of April or 2nd of April if you happen to be somewhere else other than this part of the world. This is a rather impromptu live stream this evening because I had a little idea about having one, but I don't want to tread on anyone's toes, and I do have friends doing live streams either side of this slot, which I will say is 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Previously, my friend Simon's been doing a quiz, and I believe he finishes at 9. It's a fantastic quiz. After this, my friend Boaty will also be doing a live stream. And I just wanted to come back today and just do a short one where I can talk somewhat about the slight change that I've made to my channel just here. And for all of this one person that happens to be watching at the moment, I'm going to tell you, but let's see who that one person actually is. Oh gosh, right. Good evening, Captain, or good evening, Mustard. Good evening, chat. Hope we're all well and ready for whatever our host decides to serve up. Well, there isn't going to be any food tonight. That's the thing. That's the point. What there's going to be is me sitting down straight away and reaching for my cup of tea and my glasses. You see, I've been having a chat with a good friend of mine today who believes that this channel is about to go places. And it's just been because of doing these live streams like this, and so many people have been coming in. Although, you wouldn't think it at the moment because there's only 5 people here. And the name Mustard in the Kitchen kind of suggests that's all that is going to go on. It's just me cooking in the kitchen, whereas really it could go and do a bit more. So the name change from Mustard in the Kitchen to simply Captain Mustard may well serve to be a much better name for the channel, because then I can do other things than just be in the kitchen, you see. And decided to do this quite early on before I end up with too many followers expecting me to do nothing but cook. Now tonight, I'm not going to be doing any cooking at all. I wasn't going to be doing, but I am going to be doing some chatting to whoever turns up into the Mustard live stream, where I do my best to make things positive and bring a sparkle and a shine to a sometimes dull world, because that's what I'd like to do. Next step, reach for the glasses, which are over here. Open the case. Take glasses out. And boom, the glasses on. And see who else besides Tracy is or was here. And that's Airborne Ace, who says hello. Maxine34 is also saying hi. What's he cooking today? And as I've just said, nothing. This is more just a kind of a get together to try and, every time I do that, to try and keep this happy live stream type vibe going, so that more people can join in and try and get some of my positivity, which I do desperately want to share. Because there's an awful lot of, since doing these live streams, I've spotted an awful lot of people coming in saying about bullying, about being ill, about not feeling positive and things like this. And I reckon I can help with that by simply being a bit cheerful. No, the thing is, what isn't helpful, if you're feeling down or you're being bullied, just seeing somebody being happy about their life doesn't really work. But seeing somebody being positive about things does. It's a very different thing altogether. You've changed your name, says Crichton Roberts, and I have for that exact reason. Yo, hello, see you later, says Pingu Concord, who will be within Simon's live stream. I may just well have finished now, I'm not really sure. Hello, Captain, says Black Lines. Hello to you. And yes, serving up chat and a welcome is just as good as, tripping over my word, just as good as some food. It can be. Yes, it can. And then, I identify as 10 viewers, says Black Lines. Farah says, you look like you about to fossilize. Gosh, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much. And it's this kind of compliment that I thrive on, because that means that I have proven myself to be much more successful than anyone who's much younger than me, that thinks that, life is over once you get old. Or, well, I'm not really that old anyway, but life does not end once you get a wrinkle or a grey hair. In fact, it gets better. It really does. The older you get, provided that you're still able and you've still got your mind, the more you tend to be happy, the more you make the most of things, and the more imaginative you tend to become. Now, unless, of course, you ruin your brain with drugs, not all drugs are terribly bad, but unless you do something like that, the chances are, as you get older, you become much more interesting and much more available to actually take an insult on the chin and not actually be upset by it. And that's what we all really need. Yes, I will do that now, Greenwood. Thank you very much. You remind me every time, because I forget every time. Thank you. So this is more of a community chat where, unlike Boaty, Mustard wants and welcomes more community members. Well, actually, yes, I want as many people to come in as possible, and I feel like that would be a really good thing for me and for some people as well, to have a really open and friendly live stream where everybody is welcome. And I really do mean everyone. Everybody deserves a chance. That's how I see it. Antonio Garcia Romero. Today I tried to exercise and go and run a little, but I can't. See, I don't mind that. Oh dear, what a shame. What a shame for you, Antonio. And I have done that, thank you. That's 3/4 of a foot, Antonio. You need an extra shoe. Very good indeed. Well, at least you tried. Better than tried and failed and not try at all. Indeed, yes, whatever you happen to have in the way of your legs moving freely, one in front of the other, there's a way around it. And often it includes a saw, or at least some sort of strap. Now, I see we have 36 people here, which is wonderful. 36 people that could like the live stream and help me pass this kind of more joyful jive vibe on that may indeed actually be helpful for many people. Farah, no, it just means, oh gosh, now here we go. No, it just means you look disturbed and like you finna disintegrate right before finna, and like you finna disintegrate right before your eyes. Gosh, I don't know what that means. Well, how do you finna? Not sure how to really understand that one. Well, anyway, it would suggest that maybe you misunderstood the actual good side of being older. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get the same age as what I am. But you have to be nice to people, otherwise you'll find that somebody will want to clunk you on the head at some point. Yep, that's true, guys. Thanks. Windy Miller, soup. Excellent. But you put an O in there to suggest that soup is indeed the way ahead. It is if you've got a pan and lots of ingredients. Oh, come to think of it, I've got a bit of a chicken in the fridge. I could turn that into soup, couldn't I? Who likes chicken soup made from an actual chicken? I do. Black Lion says, Mustard, not sure if you're familiar with Alan Robson, MBE. but he has a late night radio show for many years in the Northeast called Night Owls. Along these lines, a nice community phone in to help. I'm not aware of that one, actually. I'm not aware, no. People who needed advice and also spread positive news. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, the more I think about it, so many people are just so quick to, find offence in things or just not make the most of their lives. And no matter what age you are, does it really? You can change that. You can change it into something that is a happy life. And people who are happy aren't happy because of their circumstances. They're happy because of themselves and what they can extrapolate from what's around them. Just Joshing says, "Oh, nice fish tank. Can I see it?" And yes, you can. Yes, the fish tank appears very, very often in my live streams, and it probably always will, I guess. That rings a bell. I have a feeling my dad contributed a few times to the late night show. Evening Greenwood, what's crackling? NM Man 675 says, "You could show us those muscles so I can stroke with purpose and maybe drop a like." Whoa. Well, I'm not really entirely sure what to make of that, but it does sound quite fun. So if I had some muscles, I'd do exactly that, but I haven't really. Riley Oswald says, "Hi, hello. Can we see the Scottish fish?" Yes, you can. The Scottish fish is that one there. The other one that can't really decide whether it wants to go up or down. So it's just going to do that instead. Why is it doing that, do you reckon, eh? Well, I know why, but maybe you don't. You could try and figure it out if you like. Good evening, Mustard, says Skik. And good evening to you, Skik. Nice to have you here. Yep, Night Owls was from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. most weeknights. Very good listening. Well enough. Chickens can't make soup, says Man. That is a very good point, actually, and it's just a little error in the way that I worded that particular thing that's well worthwhile pointing out, and I do appreciate it. You can make soup from chicken, though. Rather than the chicken making the soup. I mean, let's face it, if you was a chicken and you was ordered to go into the kitchen and make some soup, you wouldn't carve yourself up, put yourself in the pot for it, would you? No, you'd use something else, like a potato. Sandwich Man, what's up, my little cake? How are you? What do you think about gays? Well, what do I think about them? Nothing, really. Nothing. Can't really. What is there to think about them? If we're talking about the kind of gay that I think you're talking about, rather than just people who are happy, then that is something that used to be seen as a very negative thing. But then it's many people brought it around to being a positive thing instead, and which is gay, and being gay is actually a positive thing anyway. Fortnite up, God, you got a nice fish tank. Indeed I have, thank you. I like Heinz cream of tomato soup, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, says Windy Miller. Well, fair enough, you are welcome to that. I can't say as I've had it for a long time. When I make an onion and tomato base for curry, it always looks like cream of tomato soup though. Cool, says Fortnite. Rainbow says thingy, Greenwood. Bev Coles, soup. I love mulligatawny, spicy. Yes, it should be, shouldn't it? The mulligatawny soup I made the other week wasn't really spicy enough, and I've learned a lesson from that, and that is to make it more spicy next time. Although I didn't get wasted, so it didn't matter. I bought myself a new car. Bye BMW. Now there's that. I'm not sure that's a good thing or not, Indy Miller, because why would you buy yourself a new car unless you wanted a new car? What is it? Oh, you're probably going to tell me anyway. Not an EV. Oh no, not prepared to pay the amount demanded for an EV on a car. Don't blame you. 10k is the most I will spend on a car. Less is preferable. I understood. Make some noise, says Sandwich Man. What did you understand? Oh, right, okay. Skip says, I've tried to make pea soup with bacon bones. Bones like my mum with bacon. I don't know what bacon bones are. Oh, unless you mean like just bits of leftover bacon, like my mum used to do, but no success. Yeah. Well, I mean, often you do have to try and then try again and try a few times and just not give up. Because for some, making nice foods seems quite natural, but really, everyone that makes food has had a few failures. You just have to learn from them, don't you? Tom of Tom Drives, the rather amazingly good YouTube channel Tom Drives. Any chance of a soup sandwich for the next stream? I think I could be a challenge worthy of a man such as yourself. It would be a thick soup, wouldn't it? It'd be a very thick soup indeed. But I do like a challenge when it comes to cooking and eating. You know, there's no point just making something to eat, is there, when you could be making something that's really weird and bizarre. Going to be a Volvo driver for a bit, says Windy. Now, I'm going to guess which Volvo you're going to go for, and I reckon it's going to be a V50. Let me know if I'm right. Ed Usher, good evening, Mustard. The only soup I know is shit soup, and you don't want to be served that. You're probably right, actually. I don't fancy that. Don't like the sound of it. I like the driver's door. I need to run my side. Hey, I like your style. Drives that sort. I'm really struggling. Drives, that's a short. I need to run myself. Right, okay, I got confused. Windy Miller says it's made of fresh fruit. Hopefully none of that frozen stuff. Close. 10 out of 10. Not out of 10 out of 10. Well, what could that be then? If it's close. That means it could be, if it's not a V50, it could be an S40. That's close. Or kind of closer would be a V70. And that's what I would prefer myself. Do you know Dostoevsky? Asks Sandwich Man. 11. Yeah, right. So either, yeah, V40, right, okay. V40. Didn't know there was a V40. I thought it was an S40. The V's at the estate car, though. I'm a bit confused by that. I don't mind saying. I don't know the V. I'd have to go and look that one up. Amongst all of the other things, I have to go and look up afterwards because people keep telling me I should have a look at this and I should have a look at that, and I always forget. And then only the next day I realised that I haven't got a clue what I was talking about the night before. V40. Are you planning to have a holiday abroad? If so, where would you go? Asks Bev Coles. I'm not planning to have a holiday abroad, but I can say that I would very much like to go to somewhere like Canada, although it'd be a bit cold. But I'd also quite like to go to Sweden or Norway or Finland. It's just that the cold would kind of get in the way. So I'd quite like to go to Spain, which wouldn't be cold, but I'm just not as interested in Spain. But the heat would certainly suit me. I'd also quite like to go to the United States of America in the more deserty parts like Arizona or Nevada. But the distance might put me off a bit. That and the fact that everywhere's so big, you know, it'd be a holiday actually getting from where you land to where you're going to, and that would be quite a problem. So I'm going to say Scotland, which isn't abroad, but it's far enough away to spend all day driving there. The cross-country one, it's a bit like a modern-day Streetwise. Yes, I think I know the one you mean. Well, anyway, I mean, hopefully it's a good choice and it'll serve you well. But why the sad face about the BMW going? I can't remember which one it is. It's a 330 or a 320? Yes, spot on Sweden. Wait a minute. So you're a fan of Sweden then, Bev Coles? Norway, Sweden's and Finland's are nice and warm in summer, and the days are very long. They are very long. They're very long indeed. I don't know of anywhere where they're particularly warm though. Dear, come to us in Kazakhstan. You will really enjoy our food. It will be great to meet you, says Sandwich Man. Well, that's an invitation that's difficult to ignore, isn't it? I mean, that sounds like a really great thing, actually. Kazakhstan. Yeah. Don't know when I can come though. I mean, because I would need quite a bit of time off to actually do that. But yeah, I'm sure the food is fantastic there. Cold countries, Russia, Iceland, etc. Well, yeah, they are. Iceland and Russia. Well, I mean, certainly the top half of Russia, Canada, and Greenland. If you could go to Greenland, I'm not sure how much of that you can actually visit. But also, you know, the Nordic countries as well are actually cold. There's no denying it, is there? Surely. I mean, yeah, maybe during the summer they have an awful lot of light, but they can't really be that warm. Not if they're in snow, can they? Can they? Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm not. Well, that was the first cup of tea that I've had on a live stream that's taken me only 22 minutes to drink. Normally I need an hour before I get to the cold bit, and then I don't want it any longer because it's disgusting. But this time, well, success drunk the whole lot. I mean, I'm really I feel like a sense of achievement with this. 320D needs about a grand of work at this stage, so I've decided it's too much. I've had it for 7 years, so time to change, but I've grown very fond of the BMW. £1,000 worth of work, wow. That I take it that means that you've all sorts of suspension issues to amount to that amount. Yeah, it must be. I bet you've got ball joint issues and that kind of thing. Probably would upset the handling of the car somewhat though. Unless of course it's something a bit more structural. £1,000, quite a lot of money needed to spend on a car to make it okay again, isn't it? Surely. Is that really the case? Yeah. I must just go and make another cup of tea, I think, because that one has made me very thirsty. Hello, fishies, all coming to this end. Maybe I should provide instructions on how to make a cup of tea for those that don't know how to make a cup of tea. As this evening, I decided not to do any cooking. Of course, that means that I'm getting to this stage and thinking, I'm actually quite hungry now, actually. Of course I am. But what can I do about it? I'm going to start making food this time, not particularly. And after all, the idea of this live stream was to actually try and gather a few people together to let them know why I've changed the name of the channel. And I've already done a bit, and I don't really need to repeat it again, do I? Let's hope not. Let's hope. Let's hope somebody comes along and asks some decent probing questions instead that I can get my teeth into, really sort of explore. 'Cause that's kind of my thing, I reckon. Oh, the numbers are going up again. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe the people have fallen off another live stream somewhere else and just looking for something different to watch. It happens, doesn't it? I'm gonna just 1 second. So people are coming in. So I just need to try and put the water in my cup of tea before it disappears. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, indeed. Just 1 second. There we go, boiling kettle, look at water time. Ah, what a privilege it is to actually have some boiling water straight from the kettle. How convenient. It's very convenient, isn't it? It's a good thing. Imagine a time when you didn't have electric kettles and you had to mess around boiling water on a stove instead. Right, okay, so you're not having a beer tonight, asks Ed Usher. Well, no, because normally what I would do is I give myself this target of I've got to get 25 likes on a live stream and then I deserve a beer. Then I've earned one, but I'm never going to get that tonight. Not in the next 25 minutes, so probably not. And here we go, Boaty's World is here. Evening muddy funsters, he says, which is quite often his regular way of opening up is like just coming into a live stream, arms wide open, don't worry everybody because I'm here. That's what he does, and it's good. It's welcome. Sandwich Man, I'm so tired of all these political games. Why can't we live together and spend time in different peoples? I would sit with you in a near nature in the fire and play the guitar. Gosh, I mean, that's a very, very positive message indeed. And I completely agree with that. Thank you very much. Those that like to sit around and just chat and play instruments and things are always, generally more peaceful. I think having political or even religious debates, fine. It's just that we shouldn't shoot each other for it because that's just not on, is it? What's his mustard? Maybe 6'1" tall. Rather depends on what I'm standing on at the time, Skick. I think Boaty measured me to be 6'1" when we did the Drain Pipe of Dreams, which we mentioned earlier on actually. But I never feel like I'm quite that tall. I feel like I'm maybe only just about 6 foot because there just seems to be so many tall men around these days. When I was growing up, they didn't seem to be there. But now, younger people have got taller, and I don't think I've actually shrunk, but I don't feel like I'm tall these days. Whereas I did when I was about 18. Even Boaty's World. Tyler Kennedy says, gay hoodie bro. Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you very much. It is. It's absolutely. It's wonderfully bright, isn't it? And it does make me feel well like I stand out. If I was somewhere amongst lots and lots of people, having a hoodie this colour would make me noticeable, and that suits me. Really does. We have a long road planned, says Windy Miller. A bed. Oh, a bed. So I took it to have someone to go over it, and that would benefit from being done. It was quite a long list. None is urgent, so good time to part exit. That's quite a good point, I suppose. You have a whole list of things that will need taken care of in the future, but no doubt it means you didn't get a particularly good price for your car. Do you like my green spanner, Boaty's World, says Windy Miller, and I'm sure he does. The suspension was done last year, and that's the trouble. BMWs, they just want suspension components all the time. Beer for the queer, says Tyler Kennedy. All right, yeah, okay. Well, I'll be having one later. Why not? Why not? Will it do me any harm? No. Will it hurt you? Nope. Airborne Ace. What is your tour job? My tour job. Well, that's an interesting one. I don't know what you mean by that. Racing Boy says, gay. Good. Yes. To the point, whatever the point may be. And, don't mess with him because he calls people gay, all things gay. And that might be exactly what's needed at the time. But I don't know. Without some elaboration, there's no way of knowing what's meant by saying gay. It could be something nice or it could not be. So you need to elaborate, racing boy. What's your favourite bean? Asks Windy Miller. Probably kidney bean, actually. Non pum elendo. What? Non pum ele. I'm just going to call you a non pum. Do you know Avatar: The Last Airbender? Do you know what that is? No, I don't. Being away. Very good. Tula, can I put a hand grenade in the microwave? Yes, you can, but I really wouldn't advise it because it's. Why would you do it? You mean just place a hand grenade in the microwave? Yes, it will fit. Hand grenade pin pulled in the microwave. I reckon it might blow it up, and then you won't have a microwave. And then how are you going to cook up? To actually warm up your pasty? Well, you've got like a Cornish pasty there. Somebody needs to eat it, and you've got no microwave. And then you think, God, I shouldn't have blown the microwave up with a hand grenade, and you'd be rather full of regret then. And that's your latest favourite bean. The drain pipe of dreams. Yes, what a wonderful idea that was. We should explore more things like that, shouldn't we? Because it was just a rather wonderful idea, wasn't it? What was the last one that we did was competing with that? I mean, it helps when we're talking about other people, doesn't it? Let's think of some more stuff like that. You can, Tula, you can do whatever you put your mind to, says Windy Miller about putting a hand grenade in a microwave. You great person and very cozy, says Sandwich Man, and pointing upwards, probably at Windy Miller. And Windy Miller is quite a cozy person, I agree. Can you drain my pipe? Asks Tyler Kennedy. And if I was in such a job where I was draining pipes, I definitely would do. Who is that behind you? Asks P.A. I don't know. I just realised something. Where's your bee gone off, Boaty? Captain Mustard is not gay, and I should know, as I'm not gay either, and I've been having an affair with him. Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you, Boaty. Good evening, all, says Mighty Cats Mods. Have you seen the Austin Ambassador Van den Pla on eBay? 4,500 beige pounds, and on a Y plate as well. Ever considered working on projects from the 70s and 80s? Well, I would do. The only trouble is parts are scarce, and the main thing you need for projects like that would be proper, really good welding skills. Now, this is something I would like to think about for the future, but I've got to learn properly how to do it. And for the moment, I haven't. I've got my friend Neil's welder in the lockup, and I've used it for a couple of tiny things. But maybe it's time I cracked the welder out and properly did some stuff, because you never know what might happen. I think Racing Boy chose your stream to come out. What an honour. It is, actually, yeah. I'm very impressed with her. Orange suits you, sir. Suits you, says Bev Coles. And that is rather nice, actually. Skid Biddy Toilet Queen. Can I have a shout out for my cousin Mike? Right, it's his birthday, Mike. Right, there's a nice little shout out for you, Mike. Have a nice day. Boaty should know because he is bisexual, says Jimmy Quinn. What? You missed the U out of that. If only beer available for the entire world was Foster's, would you still be a beer enthusiast? Asks Windy Miller. Because you know the answer is no. I couldn't possibly really get into drinking Foster's. Good question, though. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, as well, Tracy. Yeah. Candice, or is that Candace? Can you play the guitar? Yes, I can. I spent a long time doing nothing but playing the guitar when I was a lot younger. Is everything okay? Yeah? Are you going off to sleep? Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later. Yeah, I spent the biggest chunk of the very early adult life was doing nothing but guitar for about 15 years. And then I spent about 15 years teaching guitar. But I don't really pick it up very much these days, which is a bit unfortunate. Tree Rogie, Sibidi. Sorry, Trace, he buys it. Yes. LNDN. Hey, brother, do you like bungalows? Asks Windy Miller. I do, actually. Yeah. When I get particularly old and I can't go up and down stairs, I would like to have a bungalow. But with that, you need to retire as well, don't you? And I'm not really ready for that. Don't showboat your cucumber. Well, that's rather suggestive. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 says, hello, I'm back. How are you all? And I think I can say for everybody, they're probably not too bad. And I'm certainly well. Message retracted. Messages. What is lager? What is hang on. What is lager than beer? Or is that larger than beer? Any chance you know my good friend Bernie? No, I don't. I'm always having to be a bit careful as I read these out because I could just trip them off the tongue and find myself saying something inappropriate, and that's what I'm afraid of. Bev Cole says Foster's Lager, not beer. Yeah. Well, I suppose if there was nothing else and it was nice and cold and it was warm out, I'd have one. But I don't think I'd want another one, that's the thing. What happened to Castlemaine 4X? I don't know.
Night.
I'll pop up in 10 minutes. I don't know. Maybe one of those things that's just gone out of fashion. What? 1 second. Just 1 second. I'll come up and see you when I finish up here. Yeah, I think she heard you. Simba, I think she heard you. Right, I'm shouting nights. Right, yeah. There we go, she said, yeah. Okay, sorry about that slight interruption just there. Yeah, Steve Hulk is here. Do you know how to mew? And there's another one. Well, I still don't know what mewing is, do I? Hello, says Jimina M. Have you ever seen a mole? I've not seen a mole actually doing some work, no. Smart Man says LNDN. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. And Mighty Catman's 1 moment, please. It seems to be something I'm having to say quite a bit. You so cool, says somebody who's speaking in Russian. Thank you very much. I like that. That's so funny, bless you. FYI, mewing is where you press your mewing is where you press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and clench your jaw muscles. Apparently, it's how cool kids ignore each other. There's nothing cool about ignoring each other, is there? In fact, the cool kids are not really the cool kids, are they? They're usually the cool ones are the ones that haven't been discovered yet, I'd say. So, pressing your tongue against the roof of your mouth and clenching. It just doesn't uncomfortable. Why would you do that? There's nothing cool about doing that. But thanks for letting me know. I get the impression that It's like there's not enough things in the world, so people have to make up their own word for something, and even though it's completely unnecessary, we've got to find something to do just so we can give it a word. How many beer mats can you flip and catch without dropping any? Asks Windy Miller. Well, how many at once? 12, I reckon. Sandwich Man. Did your children stage a Mortal Kombat? No, they didn't. Steve Culk says only dead, whatever that means. Marcus is here. I remembered your name this time. Hi, guys. Mark Shelton. Oh, right, okay. Yo, right. How do you know? Gosh, right. You must have rather strange taste, Mark Shelton, because, yeah, there's not many men that would admit to that. Moles cause potholes in the road. Good about that. That was one of those things that would be a brilliant podcast, actually. Well, it's time for a very large gin and sour cherry syrup and tonic in a pint glass. Bye. See you later. Have you ever seen an otter? No, I haven't. Aishawal says you're cute. Yes, my explanation was a little sarky. Marcus says hello. Oh, you remember as well. Very good. Skiddy Biddy Toilet Queen. I have a serious addiction to chewing gum, and it's gotten to the point where I need a therapist. Well, yeah, it must do. So in other words, you're chewing gum all the time, and you don't need to do. Maybe you're chewing gum, when you're supposed to be going to sleep, or maybe it's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, or if you wake up in the night, you can't go back to sleep unless you put more gum in your mouth. That really would be a serious addiction. Now, the thing is, you don't really need to chew any at all. And what happens when people chew gum? It turns into litter. One of the worst kind of litters where they spit it out on the pavement and it never goes away, does it? It just stays there and just gets trodden in. And that's why you see all these little white patches everywhere. It's horrible. So consider that and try not to chew gum. Hope that helps. I'm in the room chilling with the McCunes. Champion. Oh, that is a favourite of mine, Beth. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. Now, that says to me that you must be indeed in Great Britain to be drinking that stuff, because I don't know if they export it anywhere. Are you making food? Asks Tyler Kennedy. I'm not tonight. I'm going to be on for another 17 minutes and then I'm going. However many people are on this live stream, at that point, I will still be going. But, in the meantime, do like this one. Do like this live stream, because it means I'm more likely to come back and do another one tomorrow. When you and Mr. Boat starting a band, everyone would love to see this. Well, the thing is that Mr. Boat doesn't actually play an instrument, does he? So that would be quite tricky. If he does, I don't know. I've never heard anything about it. Excuse me, I've just got to make my cup of tea. And I should make cups of tea during live streams, because it seems to be that when people trot along to see what's going on. Oh gosh. Doesn't it? Nobody's interested in a man in an orange hoodie unless he's making a cup of tea. That's my impression so far. There we are. Success of the making cups of tea world. Thank you for allowing me to go and make a cup of tea without disappearing. Mark Shelton says, Big Dick Randy. Very good, well done. McEwen's is the best buy, says Mighty Cat Mods. I think it is as well. Who's cute? Asks Marcus. Are you a lesbian? Asks Tyler Kennedy. But I don't know to who that question is aimed at. If it's aimed at anyone in the chat, that could be seen as rude. If it's aimed at me, that could be seen as quite amusing. Big Dick Randy. I've never seen a baby pigeon, says Steve Cole. It's well known, actually, that baby pigeons don't really exist. But that means that pigeon eggs must be like that big, which is quite big. And then pigeons don't actually grow. But how would a pigeon actually lay an egg that big? It couldn't, could it? So they must be smaller than that, but the pigeons stay out of the way for a very long time until it's safe to go outside. Or a baby pigeon actually looks like a completely different bird, and that's why you don't recognize it as a pigeon. I reckon that's probably the best one. A best explanation, anyway. Who does Fred Dibner's job now? And why don't we see whomever in this like we did with Fred? I don't know. It's a very good question. I was pranking you. Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on there. The sky. Like Jimi Hendrix might have done. Oh, right. Bevan, my lovely near the moors. Devon. Sorry, Devon. Right. Okay. Bev Coles is in Devon. That's what that means, which is a rather wonderful place of England. And in fact, let's be honest, most of England is lovely, isn't it? Which is why so many Brits don't really like to go on a holiday, and why we just like to stay here. You can have a holiday somewhere else in England or Scotland or Wales and still find many a place to go and explore. Jimi Hendrix, yes, Jimi Hendrix, Marcus, was I take it you've never heard of Jimi Hendrix. He was a very famous guitar player from the 60s. Not as good as Alan Holdsworth. Cringe. Hi, freak, says Cinemuku. Gosh. Ah, right, I see. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. That's where you're coming from. Cringe old man, says Cinemiki. Well, cringe old man. Is that an instruction? Is that an instruction for an old man to cringe? Honestly, if I had a look at that profile a bit closer, I might just cringe, but I won't do because I don't want to do it. Boaty, I play the fiddle. Is that a song? Yes, it is, Marcus. Do you workshop Skid Biddy Toilet? Purple Haze, yes, that's the song. The one thing I would love to see YouTube implement is the ability to raid another live stream, therefore pulling all content views into someone else's. You might have to talk to me about that one, Tracy, because I don't quite know what that would mean. But he does conjugate, though. He does conjugate. Yes, he does indeed. Have you ever tried heroin? I quite like it. No, I haven't, Tyler Kennedy. No, that's not really what I want to do ever. Right, Mark Shelton now says you're gay. And I've been accused of being the grammar Nazi before for pointing this kind of thing out. But if you're going to insult someone, at least make sure you're correct. Either you're correct or you use the correct grammar. So you want you apostrophe RE, which means you are. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Next time, if you're going to try and insult me, make sure you get that bit right, because I'll just pull you up on it. But anyway, thank you, because I do appreciate it. I've heard it's Moorish, Tyler. What did you say there? Oh, right. Well, it will be, yeah. Is that illegal? Yes, it is illegal. Tea, what sort? I love strong Twinings breakfast tea. So satisfying. Oh, Tyler Kennedy says, birds aren't real, which is a conspiracy theory that a student set up many, many years back as a joke, of course, just to see what would happen. And it kind of worked. Lots of people ended up believing it to the extent where they carried on believing it, even though it was made completely clear that, in fact, it was just a publicity stunt, conspiracy theory. Like most of them. Are you a kidnapper? Asks Sinamiku. What, kidnapper of the fish? Maybe that's what it could be. Evening, Paul says. Chris Bowen. After Rover, what is your next favourite car brand? Jaguar. I didn't take long with that one, did it? Are they robots or holograms? I have lots of respect for trans women. The surgery takes... very good, Steve. Very good. Gain Shillis. I've got no idea what you mean by that. Yes, he does. Yeah, right. Oh, right. Oh, look. Well, the first deleted messages of the evening. Oh, right. Yeah, because you've already asked that one. You already asked if I was a kidnapper. An interesting question, actually. It's not the kind of question you'd ask someone that you was in the same room with, just in case it turned out to be, and then they felt they was found out, and the only way they could get away with the wrongdoings would be to kidnap you. Oh gosh, nothing. Jimi Hendrix was a drug addict, nothing special at all. Well, the thing is, I think he might have been something special if he wasn't a drug addict. And as many musicians end up going that way because they can't quite handle all of the attention that they get, they end up turning to drugs and things. I don't think we can say that he wasn't actually any good, because it was not like the only thing that made him any good was drugs. That doesn't really quite work like that, does it? But yeah, and then right, okay. So and then says something rather curious about himself, which one do I believe? Jesus loves you, says Christian. Now it says Christian there, but don't actually say it. But there we go. Thank you very much. JSSM. Hi, what's this about? Well, this is just simply a live stream where I welcome anyone to come in and have a chat. Whatever part of the world you're from, whatever your interests, just come in and have a chat, basically. That's really the idea. I do also make videos as well, but not today. Jesus is Lord, says Gain. You really are a bit mixed up with things here, actually. Pixie Goose, two love hearts. That's more like it, that's nice. Windy Miller says the UK is a nice place to look at, but UK hospitality has a lot to learn, which is true. It's expensive, tatty, and quite often closed. We wanted to have breakfast in a nice little cafe, but everywhere was shut. "50 minutes. I am sorry to hear, very nice. I'm sorry to hear you're very nice granddad. I wish I was your granddad." Don't quite understand that one. Well, let's not, I don't mind a little bit of Jesus in this live stream, but let's not use it to spam. How has Jesus become God, want to know? Sinamuku is the comment of the night so far. Which was that? Hang on. Which one was that? Yeah, because it's a bit confusing, isn't it? Yo, how's the tuna tonight? Read the Christian Bible. Did you poop today? Asks Devon B. Yeah, I mean, it's natural to do it every day, isn't it? I thought this was turning into a children's channel. I don't think so. Let's not have that. We can have people of all ages here, but adults preferably adults that actually act like adults as well. Bit personal, Pingu Concord. How's the... I might be missing a joke there, I think, actually. Ah, right, no, it is a joke, right. There seems to be an awful lot of jokes going on that I don't really quite get here. Well, I don't mind a bit from confusion, to be honest. Hello. Daniel's here, Devon B. God, I love your voice, man. That's interesting. Have you ever killed a man? No, I haven't, actually. I just subscribe to you, says Alfie, and that's what I like to hear. I like to hear that quite a lot. I'm not going to get a great deal done in the next 4 minutes and 10 seconds, but I can try. So we currently have 46 people here, 16 likes. That's not too bad. I'm very grateful for that so far. And if I've got a couple of new subscribers out of it, even better. Could you wish a happy birthday to my... That's the same thing again. To my nephew, Nick. Okay, yes, happy birthday, Nick. Literally woke up 20 minutes ago, says Barry Scrotter. Do you like Ice Spice, asks Skiddy Billy Toilet Queen. No, I've got no idea. Hey everyone, I am sorry for being rude to the man, says Kimamiki. Well, yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? And that's fine. In fact, actually, I welcome anybody to pop along, be a bit rude, and then realise that they're being rude and become a better person for it. That suits me properly. And I am about to run out of time. I'm not running out of time as such, but I'm going to leave my live stream before 10 o'clock so my friend Boaty's World can take over on his. No, I'm not. Bloodsport movies, not really my kind of thing, Mitchum. OMG, it's Queso, but an older version. Not sure what that is. But Jimi Hendrix was so good he could still play the guitar, even though he's upside down and occasionally all burnt. Who wants ice cream? What's the question? It's for free. Please don't repeat the same questions exactly. Really? All right. Okay, that's a bit of a strange one to say. Right, okay, we're almost ready to go. I'm just looking for anybody new that's popped in that might need me just to say hello to, and that's Aussie Man. I can't poop. Can you please help me send you a book? Well, if you can't, have yourself a nice big glass of apple juice a couple of times a day. That will sort you out. Or beer, if you like it. Thank you very much, Marcus. Captain, can you please say Boaty is a great singer for an edit? Yes, I can. Boaty is a great singer. Harvey and Amelia's fun time. Hi. Oh, wow, there's so many comments here. It's unbelievable, actually. Ner. I've never seen Ner before. So I'm going to have to go. Sorry about this, but I'm going... Clay Gurley, Jack. Oh, that one again. Why does it have to happen toward the end? This. Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to just say thank you very, very much for joining me, and I promised I will stop. I promised to myself that it would only stay until 10 o'clock. So that means that there were many, many comments here that I couldn't read out, but I will. For anyone who's interested, come back tomorrow night at 8:40, where I will do a much longer and much more substantial live stream, and I might even do a bit of cooking as well. So thank you very much, and see you tomorrow, if you're here. Bye-bye.